Okay, I'm Dr. Gbenga Adebayo. I'm the Chief Executive Officer of LivingHealth International. I'm the co-chair of the Local Organizing Committee of EKO 2023, and I'm also the project director of the Mindscape Art Competition. I've been involved in all the conferences, even right from Ibadan. I think every conference has been an improvement on the previous ones. Right from Ibadan, then we went to Abuja, and then now we're in EKO 2023. What we see now is greater participation of young people. In Ibadan, we did not really have a youth speaker, so to speak. In Abuja, we had one young speaker, and then in EKO 2023, we actually had a competition that we publicized nationally. We got entries from all over the nation. It's interesting to see how dynamic and how creative and talented young people are across the nation. We had entries, hundreds of entries of people that wanted to be a young speaker, and then we chose 4 of them. One spoke during the youth pre-conference, one spoke during the main conference, and then we had 2 other that spoke and chaired panels. So there has been improved young people's participation, and even in the program of event. Now we had a lot of dance drama, we had content event that resonated more greatly with young people, and there was a lot of noise. And even right now, our gala night is going on. I think this is the biggest party that we have had since we started organizing this conference. So I'm really delighted at the degree and the way, the dynamic improvement that we have had. And I think we need to give all kudos to the vision of the president of the Society for Adolescent and Young People in Nigeria, and that's in the person of Professor Adeshegun Fatusi, and of course, the chair of the Local Organizing Committee, Professor Kofo Odoyemi, for the leadership and the hard work they've done, and of course, all the members of the LOC and the executive of the Society for Adolescent and Young People's Health. So, EKO 2023 certainly has been an improvement. This was something that came up when we were looking for how can we engage young people more, and then looking at the scourge of mental health issues, mental disorders amongst adolescents and young people. And of course, that's a reflection of what is happening in the society at large. So how do we draw attention to this? How do we get these young voices also to voice the issues that they are confronted with, from mental, from substance abuse, gender-based violence, coping with depression, and the entire spectrum of mental health issues. And so we thought that this art competition was going to be something that will really give voice to these challenges and these issues that we have been confronted with. And so, okay, so let's have young people from across the nation just say what, through the medium of art, say what is in their minds. And we were wowed. We first thought initially, when we saw some of we thought maybe we get maybe a few dozen, maximum 100 entries. After doing the things that we do, a little bit of publicity here and then, the national dailies, some social media work to meet young people where they are, where they use. We got over 192 entries for this competition, and then of course we now had to start to cone down. Cone down, do selection, and we got professionals. And the way we even did was a blind assessment. So we got we got the artwork, coded them according to categories. We had 5 categories that were assessed. We had painting, drawing, mixed media, photography, and then I don't know what I mentioned, and digital art. So those were the 5 categories. And then we got professionals, leading lights in the industry, made sure it was just there was no name attached to the entries, and then they assessed the entries, and then we got our winners after ensuring, of course, that they met the criteria for the validity, the age criteria to contest, because it was a competition for young people that were 25, 24 and younger, and so we didn't want people that were who are older. And here we are today, we have our winners. We are proud of them, and we look forward that this competition will catalyze, will start as a springboard for them to do greater things. Yeah, we are greatly interested and looking for, and then of course the ASR Foundation also gave support, great support, to make sure that this came to be. We think first, even before we start to look forward to the next one, we think it's good. We should explore ways to give as much publicity to this work that these young people have done. They've done a great work. So how can we put this front and center, have discussions around this artwork? So both virtually and even physical exhibitions. Those are some things that I'm thinking about as a project director of this competition. We hope to engage further with the partners, UNICEF, the ASR, and of course, SAYPHIN Living the Light and LivingHealth, providing technical support to see how we can give this, because if you look at the artworks, they're really, really mind-blowing. It's difficult to really, and then until some of them came, see, this is really beautiful, and of course some of them came with their razzmatazz and paparazzi. But we think it's important to first optimize what has happened, and then going forward, we hope that this can be a fixture, a regular fixture, and even expand what we need to do. We did not cater for spoken word, for theatrical performances, for other digital innovations that could. So there's opportunity to give this, to expand this space, give the lot of good things happening in our country. So it's good for us to find ways to get these young people the voice to show themselves, show what they can do, give expression. And one of them was so moved, we busted into tears when he was given this opportunity to come. So for us, I think we want to look for ways to make this a sustainable expression. And the budget to get this done is not so much. It's something that we think with support from our partners, we can get this done. That's really important, and I think that's one of the things we sought to do when we started working on this conference, was to make sure that as much as possible, young people have a voice. It doesn't make sense to say you're a youth leader and you are 54 and then you are speaking for the youth. So we wanted it to be that it was young people themselves that who are listening to them, we are hearing back from them, even those of us that work in the adolescent and youth, young people, public health. So we wanted that young people, but of course young people need guidance, young people need support. Culturally speaking, and in all that we do, there's a proverb amongst the Yoruba people that say even a child has as many clothes as an old person, he cannot have as much rags. So yes, there is a value in experience. However, it's also important that as we do these things, young people must be a part of it, must do the things. So that's why we intentionally, even as part of our conference, every national adolescent health conference that we do, Nigerian adolescent health conference that we do, there is a pre-conference that is organized by young people entirely by themselves. They organize it, they do the program, they run it, they do everything that they need to do, and we just come to give them the support that they are. So that's how this conference is structured. A pre-conference, and that conference is free to attend for all young people. It's separate from the main conference where people may need to pay. Even for the main conference, we make the payment little small. What is paid doesn't even cover the feeding for one day, but it's just so that we can get some resources to do other things. And then with the support of our partners, we're able to get as many young people as possible to come. We have young people coming all the way from Kaduna, the southeast, and beyond even the physical presence that we had here. We had viewing hubs, up to 12 viewing hubs across the nation, in Kaduna, in Gombe, in Yola, in Bauchi, in Port Harcourt, in Cross River, even in Lagos here, and a few other places where people were online every day. I think we need to say a big thank you to UNICEF and UNESCO for making this. UNESCO sponsored from virtual participants, and UNFPA gave us viewing hubs across their centers. That was the first time we were able to execute this. And going by what we saw online, hundreds of people were able to join Like, I think that's a great one, and that gives us joy. That young people, we don't want physical barriers to stop us. We are grateful for this support.
Sorry, last one.
Well, there's no I in team. Together we say everyone achieves more. And that's one of the beautiful things that I think we need to give kudos to. First, the president of the association and the executive is the way things have been structured there. And then, of course, to the chairman of this local government, Professor Kofurola Odeyemi, for the way she was magnanimous to lead, give people opportunity. And, of course, the heads of the various subcommittees, transport, media. I used to be the head of the media committee for so many years before I became the media, the transport accommodation, the welfare, the protocol, everybody doing their bit. It's this little bit that's come together to give us the success that EKO 2023 has been. I know the party is ongoing there. It's been stressful. We have to work hard on different things happening. So I look forward to going to the party to join everybody else to celebrate and say, thank God, EKO 2023 has been a success. I personally have no preference. I just like to think where everybody will be able to come together and it will be easier for people. I think if I had to choose, if I was put in a spot and I had to choose, I think maybe we should go somewhere in the south. Maybe a good place to go. We've gone to the north, went to the south, so let's go south.